Sonny Donnelly, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm at Liverpool Town Hall in Liverpool today for the Callum Smith versus Erik Skoglund final press conference. With me, I've got trainer of Callum Smith, Mr. Joe Gallagher himself. Joe, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Good to see you. Good to see IFL up in Liverpool for a change.
Love it. In rainy Liverpool. Now it's sunny. It was raining when I came up.
I brought the Manchester weather with me, didn't I?
Big fight for Callum. The start of his tournament journey. A lovely belt in there on the table that he could take home.
Yeah, great belt. It's a one-off belt in it. When you look at it, it's got Muhammad Ali series wrote on it. It's a huge opportunity for Callum. Listen, for the last 5 years now, we all talked about how good Callum is, what a great prospect it is. Moment of truth is coming here now on Saturday night. It's been a frustrating year with him being mandatory for nearly 18 months for the world title, getting messed about, but he's in a tournament now. He knows he's got 3 fights as long as he keeps winning over the next 10 months, and he comes out of it as a world champion and I reckon one of the superstars in world boxing. But it's all down to him now to go out there and show everyone that he can do Saturday night.
Obviously, I spoke to Eddie. He fully believes, and so does Callum. Obviously, they both fully believe that he can win this fight, and obviously the next fight will be the winner of Bramer versus Bryan. I mean, which is possibly the weaker fight in the tournament.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a weaker fight. I think it's a bit disrespectful to Bramer. Jürgen Bramer, good fighter. Seen his fight with Cleverly. He's a trainer now. He's doing well. He's not been motivated for it. It's the last chance for him. There's a big fight for him. Big money to be earned. But Callum Smith's got a tough fight with Erik Skoglund. I think people are overlooking Erik Skoglund way too much. He was a good amateur. I watched him fight Kenny Egan in the Europeans the other day. He beat Stephen Simmons up in Scotland as the away fighter, gave weight and beat Stephen Simmons. So that just shows you he's fearless. He's willing to travel. Like Callum Smith, good amateur pedigree. And he's undefeated. Saturday night we've got 2 undefeated fighters. It's a huge chance for Erik Skoglund. He's coming down in weight, and it's a chance for him to be making a name for himself. It wasn't that long ago he was mandatory for Nathan Cleverly, so he is someone of substance, and he poses a real threat, especially with that right hand on Saturday night.
Obviously, he's not really fought at the Nordics in Germany. I mean, this is the first time fighting in the UK.
As a pro.
As a pro, yeah, sorry. Especially in Callum's hometown under the burning lights that they were just describing in there. Yeah. Do you think the pressure might get to him a little bit, or do you think because of his amateur pedigree that...
No, I think he's used to travelling all over the world. He's very relaxed. I've studied him well. He seems a relaxed character walking into the ring. He's very confident in his own ability, and I don't think that's got to faze him. I think we've got a good fighter, a good pro, a good amateur breeding, and a good mentality. And I think where people might have come emotionally rolled on the floor with the first shot, this kid isn't. He's coming to win, and I see it being a distance fight.
Obviously, £7 a lot of weight to lose coming down from light heavy. Can you see that causing a bit of problem for him?
Yeah, well, I've gone through and I've seen when he was an amateur. Like I say, when he fought Simmons, he was 85 kilos, he was 81 kilos, and that was at the ages of 17 and 18. So it's for the first time in his career bringing it down. We don't know how much it'll hurt him until on fight night and in the late rounds, but everyone's had plenty of notice of this, and I'm sure he'll be bringing his weight down diligently, and we expect a 5-star Erik Skoglund on Saturday night and nothing less.
Obviously, I'm sure the gym's buzzing at the moment. I know obviously this week's just about Callum Smith, but obviously you've got Natasha Jonas coming up, Paul Butler, Anthony Crolla. How is everything in the gym?
Yeah, no, flying. Gym's buzzing. Like you say, everyone's got the dates coming up. I think we're out 6 weekends out of the next 9. We're starting with Callum Smith and we'll be ending with Liam Smith. So news today now, obviously we did a deal last night with Stephen Smith. He's got a fight, Jules Gina, I think that's how you pronounce it, for the European super featherweight title. So we're looking for that fight to happen in November. So that's great news for Stephen Smith, getting back, win the European title. Obviously he's a 2-time British champion, a Commonwealth champion. Unfortunately his world title challenges, but I think getting that European title, a defence, and most will look at another world title will be great. But like you say, Liam Smith-Williams is a good fight. You've got Anthony Crolla, Ricky Burns. Also on that bill you have Sam Hyde, Hosea Burton. He wasn't a happy boy for not getting the Buglioni rematch, and he was disappointed of Anthony Yardy pulling out. He's just left a little bit in the wilderness, but he's on the bill. Scott Cardle, Marcus, Tasha. It's a busy gym and a thriving gym, and hopefully we kick off the season in style on Saturday.
Where are you finding the time?
Listen, in boxing, you can't moan about it. It's people always say find something you love to do, and you never work another day in your life, and I love what I do, and you've got to enjoy it for as long as it can, because like you say, 5-7 years time there'll be another stable with the same success and the same high profile fights. But like I say, we're just keeping our heads down. We've got a point to prove this season, and everyone's working hard. And I forgot Paul Butler, he's got a tough fight with Stewie Hall there in 2 weeks, so yeah, some big fights coming up.
I mean,
Johnson Buglione, another good fight.
I was just about to say, talking of like 50-50 fights on paper, I mean, Johnson Buglione, Hall versus Butler, Liam versus
Williams.
obviously Liam. They're genuine 50-50 fights. Collarbones as well. I mean, in the gym, what are you sort of working on with the boys to cater for all of them?
Yeah, no, listen, they all have their own time. We're all working on different game plans for them. First up, like I say, out of the gym this weekend is Callum. It's been a hard camp with Callum. It's been making sure the rounds, he's done like 120 rounds sparring for this. Liam Smith's in the gym. Liam's on it. Believe me, Liam Smith's on it. He's sparring. He's had good sparring already, and everyone that's come in the gym is saying, he's an animal, he's this, he's that. Liam Smith is seriously on this for that fight, which I'm really pleased about. Callum Johnson for Buglione. I think they really underrate Callum Johnson, which is good for me. And Callum Johnson, and no, Crawler Burns, that's a juicy fight as well. Listen, I don't buy Ricky Burns, he's got to be dead at the weight. He's a good professional, he's a young 34, 35, he's not over the hill. And you look at the level of opposition that he's been in with, you see Martinez, Crawford, Beltran, Ndingo, Zlatican, and he's been in with some world top class operators. Anthony's been in with Barroso, Jorge Linares. So it's a good fight, but Ricky Burns is coming down. Crawler's got a good world ranking, and Ricky Burns is wanting to take that world ranking and get a world title shot himself, and this is no gimme fight, and I see Ricky Burns is the favourite for this fight, because you've got to go on what he's done. 3-time world champion at high weight division, well, gone through the weight divisions, and that's it. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Obviously I'll go back to Callum Johnson. I know in a minute ago I interviewed Eddie, and he broke the news to me that Frank Buglione turned down Ward and Kovalev, but your side of the story, I mean, not yours, but no, saying you never told me.
No. We got a phone call a few weeks ago saying, do you fancy Callum Johnson versus Andre Ward? I went, too right, I do. Snapped your hand off it. Spoke to Callum Johnson. And Callum Johnson went, yeah, 100%. I think everything was agreed. The fight was agreed. The purses were agreed. Everything was agreed. But I think it was down to TV in the end where they didn't feel that it was a credible opponent or not. So that was it. But we took that, snapped the hands off for it. So that just shows you Callum Johnson's mentality, and that's what I'm saying to you.
I mean, down in obviously the south where Frank's from, I mean, Callum Johnson's probably a name that goes under the radar a little bit. Do you think he's that big fight in Cardiff that he'll announce his name on the stage?
Very much like Callum Smith, a bit like the two Callums. They're both getting their opportunity now to produce. I can talk as much as I can about them and say this and that, but at the end of the day, the bell goes Saturday night, and it will go in Cardiff. It's down to Callum Johnson and Callum Smith to go out there and prove to everyone how good a fighter they are, and that's down to Callum Johnson. And if Callum Johnson goes in there and performs, you ask any fighter that sparred Callum Johnson or fought Callum Johnson, they'll tell you how good and how hard he hits, and it's up to him to go in there and do that, and let the lads do the talking.
Well, exciting times ahead for everyone in the Gallagher gym, but obviously this week we're going to focus on Callum and see what happens. And Paul, obviously I know he's can't forget Paul. I mean, bad hand at the moment.
Yeah, bad hand. I think he's just got his cast off today, so I think Paul's just enjoying watching Callum Smith go through it all, his brother this weekend, and like I say, all the brothers, they get more nervous with each other fighting than they do themselves, so no, it'll be good this weekend, and hopefully Callum Smith does the city of Liverpool proud and brings home that WBC diamond belt.
Right, mate, well listen, I'm sure I'll catch up with you Saturday or even at the weigh-in, but until then, Joe, thank you for IFL TV, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Cheers, thank you.